let's see. Looks like the fishing is going good. Hopefully I'll catch something big for Christmas. Wait, why do I look so blurry? Oh, hey guys, give me just a second. Ah, that's much better. Let's see. I know I'm a little late to the party and stuff, but having some troubles with excuse me, having some troubles with Streamlab and stuff. Apparently, it's not wanting to work right with my VTuber studio. Yeah, with having troubles where the characters' lines were just looking really fuzzy and stuff. Had to fix all that. Anyways, greetings, creatures and humans alike. I am MagiQDog, and tonight we shall be reacting to One Piece Chapter 1102. Yeah. Okay, I gotta do some more chapter reactions if I'm gonna be doing this at this point, because I think the One Piece is starting to get a little old for some of you guys. Just let me know in the comments or something about what you want or something later on YouTube, of course. So make sure you go check that out. But for now, we shall be reacting to this chapter, because I'm pretty sure this will be the final chapter with Kuma and Bonnie's backstory. I believe. Anyways, let me check my audio to make sure everything is okay. That sounds good to me. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. What's the cover story? Which shows Bonnie in line with a bunch of wolves on a conveyor belt making hot dogs and stuff, and her just stuffing her face while one wolf is just looking at her like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." Which says Bonnie isn't ready to stuff her face at meals with a bunch of wolves who carefully build up a huge stack of hot dogs. Anyways, let's go to page 1. Hang on a second. Okay, that's a lot better on the voice. Okay, page 1. Okay, so it looks like Bonnie and them arrived at a town and stuff, where you have Bonnie talking to her crewmates, where it's like, "All right, Bonnie, looks like Kumashi was here before," and she's like, "Quit calling me that. I am the captain now." And they're like, "Okay, captain. Looks like looks like there are a bunch of Marines here too." It doesn't matter. All right, men. The Bonnie pirates have arrived, so charge! And you should see her leading Giro and a bunch of her other men. We have the Marines lined up saying like, "We've got orders to bring them in immediately. Apparently the last city they attacked, it was full of injured children and senior citizens." And you just have this one Marine that has like kind of like a curved hairstyle, being like, "They are the worst type of scumbags ever." Only for him to find out that he's the injured kid, while his partner is the injured elderly man. And you should see Bonnie just running straight ahead with what looks like to be a pipe. Kind of makes me think of Luffy and them when they were kids as well. Which, then again, she's technically a kid herself, so kind of fits. Anyways, page 2. Oh, poor Kuma. Okay, so kind of saw the previous chapter before, I mean, the previous page beforehand, so I'm kind of excited. But let's go ahead and get over with page 2. So, we see Kuma pretty much looking like he's on the rooftop while looking down at the streets as we see some, looks like a brawl going on. All the while, I guess Bonnie is interrogating one of the Marines, and he's like, a big guy? Yeah, I've seen him. He was on the outskirts of town over there. Please don't hurt me. Unfortunately, Kuma not wanting to stick around thinks, I'm sorry, Bonnie, but I can't see you. I didn't think that you was going to be a pirate of all things. But you can't keep chasing after me. Please understand. Then back over to the seas, we see Bonnie throwing a hissy fit being like, where in God's name did he went? And we have everyone else calming her down being like, hey, it's okay. We've already been called pirates, so we're gonna keep on searching, okay? Even if it's gonna take a bit, right, Captain? All the while, she starts eating a piece of meat, and she's like, yeah. Well, if we're gonna take it slow, I want to find Nika, too. Can you imagine Daddy's face whenever I tell him that I found Nika at some place island? I bet you he's gonna be so excited. All the while, looks like it's showing Straw Hat Luffy whenever he, after he defeated the Arlong pirates. And the narrator comes on being like, meanwhile, in the East Blue, having crushed the vicious fishermen of the Arlong pirates, Straw Hat Luffy has stepped into the spotlight. While we see Luffy celebrating, being like, alright, I got a bounty! Yeah! Now then, on to page 3. Page 3. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Jinbei, if only you knew. Unless they really need it. Oh my god, Bonnie, you're... I'm telling you, she is so much like Luffy. Oh, Bonnie. Alright, so after Luffy ended up getting his first wanted poster, we see how everyone else is reacting to this, kind of all around the world, but not too many people. We first have Sabo and Dragon, as Sabo is asking him, you're going to Locktown. What's the reason? He's like, no reason at all. By the way, who's in charge over there? That would be Captain Smoker. He's kind of like a Logia type user that uses the smoke fruit. The smoke fruit? Bah. Anyways, we also see Smoker looking at the wanted poster. We then cut over to Ace and Jinbei, which Jinbei hangs out quite a lot with Whitebeard, which, of course he does, but last time I checked, he wasn't part of his crew. Which, of course that's the case, because he wouldn't be a warlord if he wasn't that. But anyways, the point I'm getting at is, like, the two are hanging out. And we see Ace holding up Luffy's wanted poster at Jinbei being like, hey Jinbei, guess whose bounty poster is this of, well crap, I messed it up. Guess whose kid brother is on this bounty's poster? And Jinbei surprised being like, wait, this brat took down Arlong? And of course Ace is like, that's right. He's my kid brother, Luffy. He's gonna do great things, I know it. Cutting over to Kuma, he's looking at the wanted posters as well, and he's like, what a twist of fate. To think your boy will become a pirate as well, Dragon. Cutting over to Bonnie and her crew, she announces her ironclad rule of piracy. Plunder whatever you want from the bad guys. Rob a blind. And also, don't help out a single soul unless they really need help. Not a soul. Oh my god. This is why I think she's so much like Luffy in a sense. Oh god. Ugh. Sorry. Got too excited there. I don't think I'm ever gonna get healed up. It was just a sinus infection, but it still kills me. Anyways, like I said, she is so much like Luffy. I'm still on that bandwagon about Genie and Dragon, by the way. Until Oda shows actual proof, I'm still gonna be on that. Anyways, cutting over to Bonnie and stuff, she's practicing putting on lip gloss and stuff, and she's able to perfect it. And we see Gero pretty much acting like a second dad here. Says, yes, that's it. That's how you put on lipstick, Bonnie. And she's like, that is great. I'm totally like a grown-up now. Let's see. I'm also going to put this on, as she points to the jewelry that she put on her cheek. She says, Daddy might not even recognize me without something on my cheek. So that's why I put this jewelry on here. Next, but that's not going to be the thing I need to worry about. Next thing I need to do, I gotta make a name for myself. That'll get his attention for sure. Boy, Q, you really got that spawn on, didn't you? Anyways, page 4. Yeah, that really is unsettling. Oh, okay. That's how Vegapunk knows. That's interesting. Hang on, I'll tell you guys what happens in just a second. Oh, does he learn about it? Okay, so, cutting over to Egghead Island in the New World, we see Vegapunk along with... Yeah, I think I see... No, never mind. I thought I'd see Edison and stuff, but they look like different robots. Then again, that could be the prototypes. Who knows? But anyways, I see Vegapunk leading Kuma to like a room that's got like a bunch of tubes with Kuma's clones and stuff. Give me just a second. Yeah, that's better. Anyways. And Kuma just looking over being like, this is very unsettling. And of course, the Vegapunk saying like, oh, you think so? Well, no matter. The progression of the clones are going as smoothly as your own modifications. Never mind that, though. By the way, did you hear the news? Apparently some rookies have declared war on the rogue government. Apparently at a place called Annie's Lobby. You know anything about that? And this is where Vegapunk learns about Luffy being Dragon's son. And he's like, what? Dragon's got a son? Quasar! Sorry, Tekking, I had to steal that from you for a little bit. Speaking of which, I'm going to watch his video about this after I do the stream. Gonna mention him in the comments as well. Anyways, Kuma starts thinking, well, if he's gonna study my memories, there's actually no point in trying to hide it now. He starts telling him while he's throwing the outside of Egghead, which is starting to look like the modern Egghead now. As he says, he's pretty much a man with rubber powers that's standing up to the world government. Gotta be a crook of fate. He kind of sounds just like my god, Nika. And, Vegapunk's laughing, saying, that's true. Now then, cutting over to Thriller Bark at the Grand Line. We pretty much got a repeat of what happens. Man, I wish I was around YouTube during that time. That would have been so amazing. But anyways, he pretty much tells the Straw Hats, the government has given me special orders to wipe you all out. However, I think they'll be satisfied if I bring them Straw Hat Luffy's head instead. So, if you hand them over, I'll spare your lives. And of course, we got everyone screaming, go to hell! Page 5, which I gotta cough real quick. Oh, God. Anyways. Oh, hang on a second, guys. I'm gonna have to be quiet for a second. Well, anyways. This one was kind of short and stuff because it's basically like a repeat of what happens in the previous chapter. You know, back when when he attacks the Straw Hats and stuff. Like, what a shame, or just shock. Then it shows Zoro saying like Luffy the man who's gonna become king of the pirates at Kuma. And then Kuma creates the bubble from Luffy's body, saying like, if you truly want to take his place, you must bear all of his pain and suffering and just on yourself. Now this is the part where he thinks, this much damage might be enough to even knock me out. Which is like, holy crap. But Zoro takes it like a man. He then stands at the gate as he says, Dragon, he's an no. Oh my god, I messed that up. He's an exceptional friend, just as I expect from your son, Dragon. Now then, on to page 6. Okay. I think they went back to bed, so we are now over at Sababoli Archipelago, around the time when Luffy and all the other rookies have arrived. We see that he's on his little ship as usual, and he's getting a call from the Marines. And the Marines are saying, all 7 warlords of the sea, come in. We are calling you. If you refuse to accept this mission, you'll be forfeiting your title as a warlord. Oh, no wait. I messed that up. He says that we are calling in all the 7 warlords of the sea, including you, Kuma, and if you refuse, you'll be forfeiting your title. And of course, Kuma says, what's the occasion then? He then tells them, the flag bearer of the new era, Porgus the Ace. His execution date has been set. This will mean an all-out war with the Whitebeard pirates. And he's thinking, war with the Whitebeard pirates? Oh man, we're going to be facing Whitebeard now. But he says, I'll be sure to arrive before the execution date. However, inside of the Sababoli Archipelago. Sorry, I glitched out there for a second. We hear Bonnie saying, where's my food? I'm wasting away here. Pizza, bring me more! More! Now! And she's chewing on pizza and a piece of meat. What a glutton. Anyways, page. Oh crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm on page 7. Okay. I am now on page 7, so page 7. Okay. This is going to be a good one. Alright. We see Kuma pretty much looking out the window. And he just looks like a huge peeping Tom and stuff. Even though some kids are pointing out, like, hey, look! As he's trying to sneak around. As we hear some of the... as we hear, like, Gero and some of the crewmates being like, Captain, the Navy's gonna notice us if you keep causing a scene. You need to calm down. We did see Kuma looking into the window with a big smile on his face, all the while freaking out two elderly people that are like, ah! And we hear Kuma thinking, this is going to be the last time I'll see your face. Become a true indomitable pirate, Bonnie. As we see her just eating away at her pizza. However, looking over at the human shop, or the human auction house, oh god, we see and hear a bunch of people fleeing the scene being like, that pirate just hit a celestial dragon, they're gonna send a warship, and they're gonna send an admiral as well from Navy HQ, run for your lives! And we see Kuma hearing this saying, that's the human shop. He then jumps on top of the building, so he was there during this whole incident. Like, he didn't just show up later on. He's pretty much spying on Luffy and them at this point. He then starts thinking to himself while he's looking down to get a better look. He's thinking, someone attacked the Celestial Dragon? Who would be foolish enough to do that? Everyone knows that it's a taboo. And we're so close to the Navy headquarters as well. It's practically suicide. Who would do such a thing? Now then, on to page 8. Okay, so Kuma becomes shocked as he says, what? The Straw Hat Pirates again? As it shows the auction house. It shows St. Charles getting his ass beat. We then see Zoro and Sanji geared up. We see Hachi crying while holding onto his chest. And then we see Luffy just ready to go at it. As Kuma thinks he's protecting... Well, he doesn't say that, but he says he's protecting... Oh my god! He's protecting a fishman. The Straw Hat Luffy. And then it shows everyone else. It shows Usopp crying back, Robin, Brooke, Nami, Frankie, and Chopper. And then it shows him himself as he's realizing no one has done anything like this in hundreds of years. It is full-on treason. Treason. Treason! Oh my god, some of these words. Anyways, page 9. Okay, now we are getting the infamous scene where Kuma arrives and starts using his paw powers to make everyone disappear. Now, he arrives and he says, "Stop, PX1," as everyone is freaking out, like Usopp saying, "Oh, great, another one!" All the while, he is thinking in his head, "Dragon, Yvonne, I hope you can forgive me. I didn't mean to desert you guys without a word like this." While he makes Zoro disappear, we didn't see Luffy, Kizaru, Setomaru, and Rayleigh's reaction to him just popping them one at a time. That sounds so wrong. I am so sorry. But anyways, all the while he's doing that, he's thinking, at least I can leave my own quiet mark onto the world. It's going to be through Bonnie and this young lad. Their future will be the only legacy I'll have behind that I'll leave. We didn't see Luffy just kneel down crying like, I couldn't save any of them. We didn't see Kuma leaning over Luffy as he prepares to send him away. While it's those Luffy just looking up and preparing for it, you know? All the while he is thinking to himself, you got it wrong, Luffy. I'm just showing you the level that you have to be in the new world. You and your crew are just not ready. Do not go there yet. Because of page 10. Okay, so it is pretty much showing all of the archipelago as he sends Luffy away while continuing to say, you will someday save the world. So yeah, I pretty much figured that would be the case. Back over to Egghead Island though, we have Vegapunk and Saint Saturn pretty much arguing here, as Vegapunk is getting very upset saying, install a self-destruct mechanism? Are you guys really that scared of Kuma? Well, of course he's talking to Dendemushi, but he's saying, don't complain. After all, isn't his terrifying status as a human weapon you're doing? But you five has already had the highest priority in the command anarchy. What else do you have to do to him? And if he were to somehow go rogue when oh my jeez. And if he were to go rogue somehow when not in our presence, how would anyone else stop him? Of course he also says, and please do not answer. I am not interested in the opinions of a scientist for hire here. And of course we see Vegapunk saying, fine then. Well, in exchange for me doing that, let me just keep a touch of his ego intact. After all, I've invented a circuit for the brain that allows one to switch between the two states of consciousness. It's kind of like split personalities. If you allow me to test it, I could surely... But he gets cut off because of both Saturn and page 11, I believe. Man. We cut over to see all of Egghead Island. As Saturn, which shows a side view of him, saying, I have given the order. Erase his individuality completely. Make sure no trace of him remains. And you won't be forgiven if you don't. Remember, I too am a man of science. Any attempts to deceive me will fail. Do you understand? Which is kind of interesting, in fact, that the way he shows up with his devil fruit power. But anyways, we hear Vegapunk saying, but if we do that, he won't get to reunite with his daughter Bonnie at all. Don't you care? However, cutting back over to the lab, we see Kuma strapped up to the machine and Vegapunk coming over as the two have a conversation going like this. Vegapunk, it's good to know how you feel about all this. Wait, you was able to hear me over there? Well, you're the one that gave me super hearing after all. Okay then. Well, today is the day that we're going to erase your individuality. Kuma, it's only been 2 years, but you know, it was really fun. And we see Kuma saying, I suppose it was. Alright, on the page... What page am I on? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little page, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little page. Whoa. Ah, crap, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's right, page 12. Page 12! Oh, Kuma, if only you knew! If only you knew! Alright, so Vegapunk went over to another machine as he's starting the process as he's saying, well, it looks like your first assignment after the procedure is going to be the battle with the Whitebeard Pirates. Ugh. I know I've been asked to prepare a battalion of your clone soldiers for that as well. We did see Kuma asking this. Hey, Vegapunk, once that's over and done with, it's actually something I want you to program me to do. He then tells them, I want to protect the ship of the Straw Hat Pirates, just until one of them returns. I like to be a stubborn guardian for their home if possible. After all, I won't be able to witness their continued growth as he looks up to the ceiling. We then see Vegapunk being curious, being like, what kind of future are you dreaming up for that kid? He then tells Vegapunk while remembering wanted bounty of Luffy with 300 million berries. As he says, well, his actions really move me. I know Nika is supposed to be a legend, but it would be just great if there was really a warrior that's putting on smiles on people's faces, using the drum of liberations, the rhythm that I taught Bonnie. And if there is a hero out there that will change the world one day, I believe it'll be him. Which that's actually on page 13, which I'm going to read now. Page 13. Okay, so after he says, I believe it'll be him, we then see Vegapunk looking at him being like, a revolutionary placing their hopes on a pirate, huh? That's quite a dark horse you're back in there. But it's that unorthodox thinking that makes... It's that unorthodox thinking that proves that you are human, of your humanity. Oh my... Boy, reading is sure fun, especially if you know English. Anyways, he says, alright, now before we begin though, I want you to push out all those memories from my research. After all, a promise is a promise. Kuma then uses his paw fruit powers to make the memory bubble. As Vegapunk asks, wait, doesn't this erase your memories? And Kuma answers, no, think of it kind of like a copy, but it will disappear once it's touched though. And we see Vegapunk back on the computer saying, don't fret, my friend. I've designed a system that will allow me to take peeks in there without touching it. Place it over here inside this machinery right here. Alrighty, just another procedure. Have to be clinical about this because I am a scientist. Anyways, Kuma puts it on the on like this platform machine and stuff that's kind of keeping the bubble nice and steady. We then see Kuma saying, well, Kuma closes his eyes as a helmet-like machine starts to go on top of his head. As Kuma closes his eyes and stated, so this is my life. I wonder how many people have been harmed by or troubled by my actions. We then see the bubble starting to burst. Because this is probably the moment when Bonnie comes and touches it to, you know, like fully absorbed into it. As Vegapunk, oh my Lord have mercy. As he's saying, trouble? Living is nothing but... Okay. Peter Piper Pumpernickel. Peter Piper Pumpernickel. Peter Piper Pumpernickel. Okay, good. Troubled? Living is nothing without trouble, wouldn't you say, Kuma? Well, that actually worked. I cannot believe it. Anyways, page 14. Oh no, never mind. That's okay, that bubble isn't being touched by Bonnie. It's just being scanned by Vegapunk. Never mind. What was I thinking? Anyways, page 14. Oh god. Okay. We see Kuma being born, and throughout the stages of his life, he is running. All the while, we see people of his life saying Kuma, starting with his mom and dad, Denny Funkov, along with Chini, when they were kids. Then Draga, along with Gero and Shingu. We then see the adult Chini, and then Bonnie as a baby. And we then see Vegapunk saying, I can cure her. At the end of it, we see Kuma running toward the unknown, saying, I'm so grateful. Thank goodness. Page 15. God, this is going to be emotional. Okay. We see Vegapunk shaking and crying while holding the lever as he says, "Your life hasn't caused any harm or trouble, but your death is going to pain everyone who loves you. Listen, Kuma, you are a hero too. Not just for Bonnie, but for everyone you ever met." We see Kuma looking over with a smile saying, "Thank you. There's just one last thing, Vegapunk." Vegapunk then pulls the lever, saying, "Yeah, I know." He then shows everyone just praying and crying for Kuma, including Sentomaru. As Kuma says in his thoughts, "I can't say how grateful I am." And this breaks Vegapunk as he kneels down crying. Now then, on to page 16, the last page. Hold it in! Hold it in! Okay. We see Egghead Island with the sunlight shining down on it. We hear Kuma's final thoughts as he said, "Thank you for saving Bonnie." All the while, he loses his smile and becomes a mindless machine. We now cut over to kind of the near present with last night as we see Bonnie kneel over crying, holding onto her face. As Kuma's final thoughts are said, "If you see her again, could you tell her something for me? Please wish her a happy 10th birthday." While we see Bonnie just bawling and crying. And that is the end of chapter 1102, Break Next Week. I should have been prepared for this emotional moment. Oh god, this is a really sad backstory. Like, Oda, he is a master of creating character backstories. I mean, this one's probably in the top 5 easily, along with Robin's, Law's, and I would even put Brook up there as well. And Kuma, he's got it down bad. Like, oh man. Anyways, let's go on ahead and review what we learned, shall we? So, we got to see Bonnie starting up a powering adventure while searching for Kuma as well. Of course, Kuma always skips out because he got to keep his promise to the world government. We got to see how everyone reacts to Luffy's first wanted poster that's kind of going to be prominent to him, which is like Dragon, Smoker, Ace and Shinbei, and Kuma as well. We got to see how Bonnie gained her famous jewelry on her face. We also got to see more of Kuma and Vegapunk's hanging out together. And we also learned that Vegapunk learned about Luffy through Kuma, so that's interesting. We got to revisit the scene of Thriller Bark, where Kuma puts the Straw Hats through the test, and obviously they won the test. We did cut over to Sababoli Archipelago, where he got to see Bonnie one last time. And he got to see Luffy and the others during the whole Celestial Dragon incident. And that's when he realizes these are going to be the people that's going to change the world. So he interferes while pretty much saying to himself, "You cannot go yet. You are not yet ready. Because I believe that you will save the world one day, Luffy. Now then, we also got to cut over to where Vegapunk is fussing with Saint Saturn. You son of a biscuit eater. And of course, he doesn't want to do it, but they're finally doing the final procedure where Kuma loses his personality. It's a very emotional scene right there, man. We see that Kuma made a thought bubble. And we got to see that this teared up Vegapunk big time. And we finally ended with both Kuma and Bonnie's backstory, with the near present with Bonnie crying all night. So, there you have it, guys. That's Kuma's backstory. Yay! Oh god, I need a tissue. So anyways, I say next chapter, which unfortunately we're on break. Probably because of the holidays and stuff. Which, I don't know how Japan celebrate, well, I don't know how they actually celebrate Christmas. I can only assume based on anime. But anyways, what's this gonna mean for the future? Well, of course, we're gonna get back right into the actual story. I'm hoping that Luffy's able to get fired up again and go back into his fifth gear form. And I'm kind of hoping that Bonnie sees that maybe Luffy is Nika. Kind of fulfilling her promise to her, well, what she wanted to do with her dad to surprise her. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the chapter. So with that, thank you all for coming on this fantastic reaction stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did as we got to see the ending of Kuma and Bonnie's backstory. And almost shed tears along the way. Anyways, please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you're able to see all my previous videos. Also check me out on Twitter/X, as that's where I do my announcements on pools. And also on Twitch, as that's also where I do my other streaming. And with that, I bid the show adieu. So long. See ya. Bye bye. See you later, alligators. Okay, bye. Now then. While nothing is being caught, I'm going to go and probably prepare some bait and stuff. After all, I think I'm on my last bait. Anyways, bye guys.